Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to inspiration, education, information, guidance, advice, and I want to continue on just a little bit more with respect to the Korach rebellion. We're talking about the book of Numbers, chapter 16. Korach, a Levite, mounts an insurrection, a rebellion. He wants to usurp the leadership of the Jewish people, usurp Moses. And it says in verse 4 of chapter 16 of the book of Numbers, Moses heard and fell on his face. So what was it that caused this reaction? What did Moses hear that agitated him so? Well, in the Talmud, in Tractate Sanhedrin, Masechet Sanhedrin 110a, our sages, Chazal, say that he heard rumors being spread, malicious gossip that were being spread about him. These people suspected Moses of infidelity, of having relationships with an Eishes Ish, a married woman, Eishes Ish. And, as the Talmud continues, not just a married woman, many married women. All of these men suspected their own wives of being unfaithful with Moses. And with Moses was having affairs with all these married women. It's sometimes hard to grasp the utter foolishness of this view. How could intelligent, normal people conjure up such an absurd claim against an 80-year-old individual? Whose devotion, his piety, his virtue, his spiritual status was beyond characterization. It was Harav Yechiel Ozrov. He's quoting the Sabba Kadisha of Imshpola. He derives a profound remiss, a hint, an allusion from the last of the Ten Commandments. We are admonished, lo sachmod Eishes reacha, not to covet your fellow's wife. And Eishes means wife, wife of. It also means fire, fire of, because Aish means fire. The Sabba interprets this verse as an enjoinment against, now follow this here, as an enjoinment against being envious of and coveting the fire of a person, his passion, his spiritual passion, that the person is to do and to expend in the service of the Creator. What our neighbor, what our friend is able to expend in the service of the Almighty. What he has merited to be granted from heaven, this schos, this fire, it's a result of his spiritual ascension when we apply ourselves as well, when we devote ourselves to spiritual quest with as much devotion as the neighbor, the friend, we'll also be able to be the recipient of that spiritual fire. So, the Shpoler goes on. What does this have to do with Korach? Well, he suspected, he was under the impression, the erroneous impression, that Moses' spiritual distinction was due to his role as leader of the Jewish people. Not that he was a leader of the Jewish people because of his spiritual distinction. No, that his distinction was, he was deriving it from the people itself. That the source of the Aish, the fire within him, was the Jewish people. So, as leader, he was like living off the people's inherent kedusha, the holiness. His mistake was, in this verse, he makes the mistake. The previous verse says, the man Moses was exceedingly humble, most humble person. That distinction was his own. He didn't get that from people. He took nothing from others. He was the man Moshe. He was an Ish, a man in his own right. So, this idea is to be understood from Moses, his response to Korach. When the man whom Hashem will choose, he is the Holy One. He says, you know what? We'll let God choose, me or you. And this distinction is found from someone who's truly chosen by God. It's not in a merit he gets from others. This is his own character. This is his own midos. Aaron was selected by God to be the Kohen Gadol. He was selected by God to be the high priest. Moses was chosen, selected by God, to be the quintessential leader of the Jewish people. Korach's misunderstanding of this was the root of his error. Korach was not selected. In fact, Korach was most decidedly rejected, and in a very forceful and dramatic way. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back. Please watch, please learn, and until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.